So our Blessed Mother, Blessed Virgin Mary, Blessed Mother, she goes by many names and titles. I found a site that listed over 350 names and titles for her. Blessed Virgin Mary, Holy Mother of God, Queen of Heaven, Our Lady of Peace. My favorite title, the one that I probably relate to the most, is Mary, Our Mother. Throughout Scripture, there's several instances where it shows the mother-like quality of our Blessed Mother. It starts off with today's gospel, where she's a young virgin, and an angel comes to her and tells her she's going to be with child. And at that point, she becomes a mother, and she starts acting like a mother. The next time is when Jesus is lost in the temple. And just like any mother, she's frantic, and she goes to look for her child. And when she goes, and she says, Son, don't you know the worry that you caused your father and me? And Jesus really answered like a 12-year-old. He just said, what does that concern me? But she reacted like a mother. The next time was in the wedding at Cana. They went to Mary and they said, we're out of wine. And so she went to her son. This time he reacted even more like a spoiled child. He said, woman. Now if I ever said that to my mother, I don't know if I'd still be here today. He said, woman, what concern is it of me? And she didn't fight with him. She didn't argue with him with like a true mother. She just went to him and said, do what he says. Another time where she shows her mother-like qualities is, of course, at the end of Jesus' life, when he's being crucified, she was the only one that stayed by his side to the very end. But the image that burned in my mind is a little bit before that. It's the fourth station of the cross. Jesus meets his mother. And this image that's burned in my mind is when Jesus is carrying the cross and he looks over to the crowd and he sees his mother and her eyes meet. And her eyes look into his and his eyes look into hers. And she's sorrowful and her heart is broken to see her son like this. But I wonder about what his eyes are. And he looks into her. Maybe he felt ashamed to have his mother look at him in this state, because we're always trying to please our mother. Even today, Mary is still our mother, and she's still looking after us. She's appeared in many places, in many different times throughout the last hundreds of years. Just like a modern-day mother who sneaks into their child's bedroom and peeks in to see if the child's sleeping and see if the child is safe, Mary still appears to us and still tells us that she's our mother. So my prayer today is, God, please let us respond as Mary responded to you, and do unto us however, do unto us as your word.